We are so glad you could join us. I am with Greg Engert, beer director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group, a food and wine sommelier of the year. The group includes Where We Are, Church Key, downstairs Birch and Barley, of course, recently celebrating a 5th anniversary, Blue Jacket down near Nats Park. And oh, by the way, speaking of anniversaries, Greg and I have been busy recently doing some work for the CIA. So we had to do a couple of reruns recently, but a couple weeks ago we celebrated the 7th anniversary of Beer of the Week, and this is where it all started. Amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been great. We've had
Amazing thing to do.
We've had an
it.
okay time.
Yeah.
It's been all right.
It's over 300 beers.
Yeah, lots of beers.
That's crazy.
Lots of beers, and I remember every one.
Every single one, right?
All right.
Well,
what is on tap this week?
This week we have one of my favorite breweries in the world. It's called Fyne Ales. They're from Scotland.
Excellent.
And they make, what I love about this brewery, Jamie Delap and his mom, Tuggy, started the brewery about 19 years ago. So they're relatively new, but the family's been farming in Scotland for over 100 years. They've got 4,500 acres. I mean, it's an amazing place. They started brewing nearly 20 years ago as a way to kind of diversify what they're doing at the farm. And what I love about it is that they continue to make classic British style beer with a twist, right? So they'll add in some new hopping rates and stuff like that, but they're still making classic British beers. And this is Highlander. This is the first beer they ever made. It's delicious. We get it on cask. You see the fine carbonation here.
Yep. We
pour this on hand pump at Church Key, and it's just one of the most amazing beers out there.
It smells like the UK.
It does. It's malt, caramel, toffee, toast. There's some great kind of floral hop character. It's slightly bitter, but bittersweet, really creamy, and you just want to keep drinking it. I mean, it's perfect pub cask ale.
What does this ring in at?
I think it's just under 5% alcohol.
Okay. After the craft beer craze started however many years ago, I went to London and I was like, God, I can't find something with higher ABV. And then I went again the next time and I just fell in love with English beers.
Yeah,
again.
you're like, thank God I can't find something with higher
because
ABV.
A, they taste great. They have a really unique mouthfeel that people visiting there for the first time might kind of be put off by or not be used to.
Right.
But you can have 2 or 3 imperial pints at 4%, still have your wits about you.
Yes, and you're right. The mouthfeel is really important. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, these are cask ales, so they're naturally carbonated, meaning that they have less carbonation, but they're not certainly flat, and they're not served warm. They're slightly chilled. This beautiful natural carbonation, which doesn't make you gassy. It gives you this rich, round mouthfeel. And it takes some getting used to if you've never had it, but once you do, you love it. It's so great. And you said you can go about your day with it, and beautiful with food, everything. It's a great beer, great experience.
I really like this beer, and I really wish my mom's name was Tuggy.
Really
no, Mom,
cool.
I don't mean that. I love your name.
And they brew incredible beers. And Malcolm Downey is the current head brewer there. He's the current head brewer, and he works with Jamie Tuggy. And they just do incredible stuff. A lot of British brewers are producing beers inspired by American beer. It makes sense. Hazy IPAs, fruited sours, pastry stouts, and they're making really great ones. But I just love the brewers that continue to make the classics really, really well. And we're just excited to continually pour as much of their beer as we do.
This might be a dumb question. They have a pretty good following over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's Scotland. It's cool too. They're Western Highlands, kind of near Campbelltown, right near the distillery that's probably most known that's nearby is Oban. See that around? And it's kind of a remote area. It's northwest of Glasgow, and they have a good following. They do an amazing cask beer festival that I promised to go to one year. Shelton Brothers is the importer.
Okay.
They did a really good job of finding this beer, loving it, and then convincing Jamie and his family to send it to us, not just in draft, but also on cask. I mean, an amazing thing.
I've been very fortunate to have visited Edinburgh for a few days. Highly recommend that. What would you pair this with? I can think of some things.
There's lots of things. I mean, again, it's so agreeable on the palate. Slightly sweet, slightly nutty, a little bit bitter. Fish and chips comes to mind. Any like,
that was my number one. I'm just thinking of them right now
Malt
in the
vinegar,
newspaper.
Yeah, in the newspaper. But then also you think about like that's obviously a lot of times that's cod or sole, things like that, which is delicious. But I love this beer too with just like simply prepared halibut or hake, striper or rockfish, which we get around here. Like just really kind of firm. Flavorful but not overly fishy fish is amazing with this. But it's also great with Thai food. We've got an amazing Thai restaurant right across the street called Bua Thai. But things like, pad Thai, larb gai, things like that really, really work well. The herbal notes bring something to the beer and the sweetness brings something to the food.
Maybe I know where I'm going. Here's my watch. Maybe I know where I'm going for lunch now. This is great. We haven't done a whole lot of Scottish beers, if any. But it's really good. Greg, hope to visit there sometime. Greg, thank you as always. Everyone, please always do drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week.